listen to it. He's Vladimir Omelyan. He's a former Ukrainian minister of infrastructure. He himself has now joined the fight against the Russians. Thanks so much, Vladimir, for joining us.
Good morning, America. Thank you, sir.
You have said that I am not a natural-born killer, and I never dreamed to be that type of guy. Now you are putting your life on the line. You have a family. Tell us what changed you.
Nothing has changed me. It's my personal belief that there is only one option on the table, to fight and to win, or we die and lose. And for us, for Ukrainians, it's natural to protect our independence because it's independence war. And plus, definitely, we are proud to protect democratic values and principles in Ukraine against wild horde coming from the east.
The fact that we have, as we understand it, at this moment, they are en route, leaders from the Czech Republic, Poland, Slovenia, on their way to Kyiv, right, where we are seeing these battles, we're seeing these bombings, the fact that they are making their way there to meet with President Zelensky. What message does that send to you? What message do you think it sends to the world?
It's exactly what the president of Ukraine at those days, Mr. Yushchenko, did in 2008 when he traveled to Georgia together with Polish president, killed by Russians, by the way, and they protested against Russian occupation in Georgia. We are grateful to our Eastern European partners joining our efforts in this fight against Soviets and against Russia. And especially we are grateful to the people of the United States and Mr. Biden for helping us, for protecting us, and make us believe that we do right thing because we fight for the world, even if we don't call it World War III now.
You say you're fighting for the world, and you have said previously that Ukraine is only the beginning of Putin's dream. What do you mean by that? Do you believe that his ambitions go beyond Ukraine?
Absolutely, sir. I'm 100% sure because regardless that I was a diplomat and official, I also love history. And it's not the case of Putin himself. It's the policy of Kremlin to occupy all countries they can occupy. And for him, Ukraine is only the beginning of great story to restore Russian Empire. And unfortunately, it's my personal belief, Putin and Kremlin do it together with China. Without Chinese blessing, it won't be possible.
Do you believe, so when you say they're doing it with China's blessing, how do you believe China is helping Russia? And do you think that China would step up that support?
We see first days of reaction coming from Beijing. They were very neutral, even supporting Russia. And only when Putin failed China and this war, instead of easygoing blitzkrieg, turned into bloody massacre, now China is changing their position. But we also will check what's going on with their supplies to Russia. Is it happening or not? Because it will be another vivid example who is behind Kremlin.
Do you have a message to Beijing as it considers this request from Russia to, in effect, join the war?
You know, right now we fight, as Russians call themselves, or they call Red Army, second largest army in the world. And I don't want to have Ukraine fighting second and third army in the world.
Quickly, before we let you go, there's been a lot of talk about whether Russia would use chemical weapons and disinformation that's been put out there by Russia as sort of a false flag. Are you concerned about that? Do you believe it will happen?
As a human and citizen of Ukraine, definitely I'm concerned about my people and my country, but we should always remember Hitler. His last days in bunker were also about Wunderwaffe. Miracle weapon to change the world and to destroy the world. I hope and I believe that Putin will not be able to push the red button during the last days in his bunker.
Goodness.
Vladimir Omelyan, really appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for supporting Ukraine.
Stay safe.
Thought.